Hey, all right, what up, y'all? This is
Okay.
King Savvy. Welcome to the Snooze Alert podcast. Today we are trying a new segment out. Got my brother on here. We got C4. He's been on here before. I ain't post that whole episode, but y'all seen some clips. So today's segment is called Art is Divine. So artist
Okay.
divine type. You know what I mean? Uh
I
my
feel that.
brother's a poet. He's a writer. He has yeah, yeah. he just released a book. He's released two books, I believe. One or two. I don't know. Look,
Oh,
he
two, two.
all right, cool. Yeah, he just released a poetry book called Blue Belly.
Yes.
Yep, yep. See, I ain't got it yet. I'm gonna be honest, I ain't got it yet.
You
But you know what I'm saying? He one of the greatest. He getting better and better every day. He work on it every day.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the artist. This segment is going to be exactly that. It's going to be for the artists to learn. It's a space of expression. I make music. I write. He writes. It's just gonna be our safe space, our safe haven. Uh, First, I asked you how you was doing, but I ain't let you answer. So how you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm good. You know me.
Yes, you
I guess
got
that's
it.
a good answer. Shit.
You had a
Say
good
it one
day.
more time. Um. Yeah. Again, you know me. I don't even stop to think about it till somebody asks. Yeah. I guess right now I'm fasting before my dinner because I was done cooking and then we were on this, but it don't matter. Been practicing sonnets. Um, a cousin just died. May he rest in peace. Um, a lot of
Peace.
people dying, but in the
Peace.
same token, everything is Gucci. Besides that, because
Throw that shit away.
you know how it goes.
Yeah, man. True. Well, while the topic of death is on here, let's go ahead and I gotta give a
Wait, wait, wait. Can I return the token now? How are you?
God is gracious, brother.
Ah, okay. So you don't get the rant. Oh, no, I'm just playing. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I'm
Go
all right.
ahead. Go ahead.
Everything's smooth, bro. I had set up two segments for today. The other one would be from the woman. That was gonna be with my sister Tiffany. But she won't be the only one on that part of the podcast. Actually, it's going to be one where I want to invite multiple women on there, and I just want to ask them questions, not to not to debate, but more so to get game, right? Because I feel like a lot of dudes they try to act like they know women. And a lot of these podcasts, they with the women, they try to act like they know men, right? But nobody's really asking questions and trying to get a solid perspective without the ranting.
Okay. I
You
can.
know?
I take
Yeah.
offense,
So
but I feel it.
so I'm trying to set up something over there where I ask women questions and have them answer it with like basically with the deets, try to we're gonna try to educate men as much as possible. We wanna decrease the gap so we can go ahead and have good communication between women and men. That's really what I'm going for. Um
Respect
I
that.
realized I won't be able to do everything that I want to do alone. So I have to utilize every platform I have to educate every chance that I get. And that's going to be involve more than sports. Shout out to AJ though. We got our episode tomorrow at what's that? At 10 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, God is gracious.
Every day.
um, but before we move on, the reason I wasn't able to have my episode with my sister Tiffany tonight was because there was a shooting that happened yesterday in Colorado with the Aurora Police Department, and the police officer flat out shot this man. Um, some are going to argue that he had reason to shoot him, but for the most part, no one's going to say he had reason to shoot him and kill him.
Passed away. Like
Yeah, he
assassin.
killed him.
May he rest in peace, power, and prosperity.
Yeah, and he was my sister's friend's baby's father.
Okay.
Yeah. So she went to the candlelight tonight. Yeah, man, it's a very sad situation, bro. The cop escalated the whole situation. Dude was walking up to him, act like he wanted to fight him, right? But then he turned around and was talking to somebody, and the cop punched him. So then dude turns back around and squares up with him again, like, "Oh, where what you on?" type stuff. You know, basically this is just my judgment of the camera. And the cops are backing up, like holding the gun at him like this, bro. Just backing up and then shoots him 3 times. Bam, bam, bam. Rather than tasing him or
He could
even a
have done
leg
many
shot.
things.
Even a leg shot. You shot him in broad day.
Yes.
In traffic, bro. Like in the middle of the street. And they tried to justify it, saying that, oh, he had a weapon. He clearly didn't have a weapon. But you know, I ain't gonna dive too deep into it because you know we don't have all the details. I can only go off the video.
Well, the sad part about it is you don't need all the details because you can start assuming.
Yeah.
You start filling in the blanks of this. It's like a fucking repeating textbook. Excuse my language, but like, come on, man. Damn.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. I really avoided the video. I seen it yesterday, but I had only seen the shots. I ain't see the part where the cop punched him after he turned his head. Like, you escalated the situation, and then you shot him.
Well, no, what happened was you tried to meet the situation as a human, and then you finished it as evil. You know, because you couldn't meet it in the same manner in which it met you back. And you got afraid or scared or whatever he's gonna say in court. You know what I mean? Like, but whatever, whatever.
There's somebody saying to compare it to something, but I ain't even going, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get on there. This is for art. This is for, you know, for us to come to, you know, this is a space for peace, bro. So I really, you know, you're somebody who I can talk to about these things on my own time. I could set up something else for us to have have those type of conversations, but I really made it a thing inside my heart to where I really want this to be something for us to meet up and be art specific. You know?
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get to the questions.
Straight.
So question 1 is, if you could take all of your poems and make them one big painting, what would the canvas look like?
Damn. Okay. My first answer was the Caravaggio, but let me take a second and like not just Gemini that out, you know. Well, how do you want me to describe it?
How does it feel?
Real shit. Like too much. Almost like too much respect, too much manners. As if someone I don't know, something like mixed like Renaissance, Caravaggio. I'm gonna get that wrong, so some art person listening to me be like, "That's not correct." But you know that era, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But mix it with, do you know Andy Warhol, when he took the soup can and then he took Marilyn Monroe's photo and it's just splattered multiple on the same painting? You know what I'm talking about? It's different colors. So mix those together. So it would be like multiple renditions of, damn, this sounds arrogant, but I don't care. It would be multiple renditions of, like, you know, it's a sculpture, right? Yeah, King David is a sculpture, I think, and I don't even know if it's one of those that I'm talking about. But do you understand what I'm trying to?
Yeah.
This is why we write poetry, because you're pulling 30 thoughts. But yeah, you know? Shit, I returned the same question though. If you had it for like all your projects, because it's not the same as, like, you know, but all your songs, I guess, would be more appropriate. What would yours look like? I can answer back as we go because I didn't give a full answer, but please.
if I could create a painting off of all my projects, I feel like that'd be more simpler because all the songs they tell similar tales with different feelings, you know. So a lot of the lines would be connected.
Okay.
But each project adds a different type of splatter to it, you know. Savvy guy,
Okay.
he came in, he was very he wanted to pop, wanted everyone to see his craft and know that he was cold, you know.
It
Uh
was a painter from the '90s like that. Keep going. Keep going.
so
Can't
with
remember
that
his
one,
name.
I think
Pollock.
we had to go bright colors, right? We had to go really bright. And I don't know how it would shape itself. I just know that there would be like bright colors thrown at it. And then with Painful Progress, I'd have to go, it would get a little darker. So the things that felt good before no longer felt good. They actually started to hurt a little.
I was like
Um,
Goya. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how that would go. I think we would go with the way the album cover was. It had like it was dark. It had red on it. It was like dark red. So you got like black and red. Throw that on there, right? So Savvy got to be like probably be like sunlight. Probably be like a sunrise.
Can I cut with a random artistic question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it too pervasive to say, are you giving that same vibe in which you just described right now? Right now? Because if
Uh,
you can you see can you see yourself just like I can see myself?
yeah,
Black, red, you know what
yeah.
I mean? Dark background. Like you know what I mean? Like that's like
A little bit, a little bit.
you know what I mean?
I think right now though, I think the
Got a
craft
teddy
of
bear in the
everything is a
background.
little more like abstract. I think that's where I'm at. I think this one is very pervasive. Like, he's taking up everything. Um, it's no longer I want them to see how good I am at all these different things. It's more so I'm showing myself exactly how good I am, and I'm standing in it rather than trying to flaunt it. I'm I'm really like making it respected. I'm not asking for respect right now.
I think there's a painting called something like Garden of Earthly Delights, and it's like a double painting. Sorry, I don't know
Yeah.
if you see my hands. You gotta look that up one day. That sounds like
Say
what
it
you
one more time.
described.
I'll type it on here real quick.
I believe it's called Garden of Earthly Delights. If you just type in painting after that, it'll correct me. Yeah. Shout out to AI. Yeah. I have a computer. I should have just looked it up, but I'm just.
Yes. Oh, I guess I put it on here for me to look up later. I guess I could look it up now. Why not, right?
Oh, you don't have to. It doesn't
But
matter.
I mean, shit. I mean, dang, I gotta stop cussing. I got.
Evan, we'll both look at it. Make sure. Oh man, there's music on it.
Yeah, I'm just listening to YB's new drop. He dropped something tonight.
Hey, okay.
So,
Shout out.
Garden of Earthly Delights.
Because if it's wrong, I could just go in and yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, basically, that's really what it's on right now, though. Basically, I think especially this one right here. This one right
Yeah.
here, you got like the darkness to the right, and then you got
I
yeah,
think
that's
the painting took up like a whole wall, so you could see every single detail, and it's like it's supposed to be like heaven hell type shit, but then, excuse my language, no, heaven hell type body language almost, because it's a lot of people and animals in the painting.
yeah, I see.
Nature has a body language, and then you go deeper from there.
That's what it feel like, especially now that I'm getting back into poetry. I think
Very,
I really I'm enjoying expressing myself, bro. Like I felt like I had got to a point in music where I didn't want to write it out. I just wanted to feel it. And
okay.
unfortunately, that made life very sensitive.
Gonna hear that.
Like it's interesting how that affected me because I wanted to express the raw feeling, you know. And I think that was due to the artist that I was listening to and really just paying attention. Like I wasn't bringing certain things to the table when it came to my craft. When it came to like it was very structured, but it was a structured chaos because I was writing it out, but I was writing it out aggressively, you know, like jumping at the beat or jumping with the beat. Whereas once
Totally.
I got to like painful progress, that was like uh releasing the pain. I wanted to put all of that on record. Show basically progression through everything.
I don't want to ask another question because I don't want to ask 20,000 questions, but I so
Yeah,
badly
bro.
want to ask.
We
That's why I
got
just started going like,
no. Yeah, that's what this is, bro. We got all that. I got
well,
my set questions, but I already know we're gonna do our you know what I'm saying, we're gonna do our shit.
um, in regards to the subject too, as an artist, describe that feeling that you would like to keep raw. Because, like, for example, because I don't want to just keep asking you questions because you want a dialogue, right? My bad. Um, I was practicing sonnets today, so I'm reading on Shakespeare. I've never liked Shakespeare ever, but I'm respecting the old English, and sometimes even with a little bit of a advanced vocabulary. Um,
I,
and then you have AI, you can just be pulling stuff out, huh?
fact that you don't like Shakespeare is funny because if I remember
Oh
correctly,
no.
there was a black woman that didn't get a lot of credit. She didn't get credit for a lot of his work. I gotta do some
Yes.
research on that. Okay. So in fact, okay. So that means I'm on to something. I mean, I just gotta go
But
do research and come so I could really confirm. It's just very interesting.
I must say that I don't know much about Shakespeare. So there's like three different theories. There's one theory that they know his whole life. There's a theory that all the writers around him used that name as a pen name so that no one would judge their projects. I've heard that before. I heard a theory the other day that he helped write the Bible. It's like different
I
things.
think
Like,
that
so
right
I
the
don't
word.
know the Bible, like the King James version, and then they
Yeah,
looked at Psalm 46, and it says, "Will I am Shakespeare." It's just broad, random, spotted in the line. Like when you looking for, like,
that's
I don't know, when you
interesting.
looking for God and things, like, it's the same thing. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
interesting.
but
Yo,
disrespectfully.
I asked a question. Not to you. I asked the question
I
earlier
was about
because
to say,
we were riding by this church, right? And
okay,
there was like it's crowded. Like every time they have something, it's a lot of people there. Now, this
family
question
vibes.
could ruffle feathers, but I don't really care because I'm curious when it's something like that. At what point do these people like are they still worshiping their Jesus in that space, or are they starting to treat the pastor as such? You know, because that's just
Uh,
a question that I had, and I
okay,
wasn't
I didn't know.
like trying to
I was about to
be,
say.
I wasn't trying to be like extra with it. I just was curious. So, like, what do you think, brother? You think that people start to do that, or is it?
Um, Definitely, man. Um, I don't know. I've had a couple of, like, I don't know. Would you like me to answer from the Christian perspective or just more general?
Bro, I'm asking you. So, like,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah.
Um, no disrespect to the Christian, but I just can answer from both. Um, I keep saying like I'm fake ass Obama. Okay, so there's certain people who they'll put something in front of themselves. Sorry, but they'll put something in front of themselves to remind themselves of something that they adore or love, and that's trying to put respect on me saying, like, yeah, you're basically idolaters, but you're not. You're
Yeah.
just, it's not only does this person give you knowledge of God, they are reminiscent of Jesus to you. They might as well be a prophet. And if they tell you something is sent from the Lord, you'd believe them. But it's there is a hint of that.
Yeah.
As you look at a church, like, people do lose sight. Um, Unfortunately, I feel like it's not even that they lose sight of God in the pastor. I feel like sometimes you lose it in sight of the body of the church, um, instead of understanding that it's a spirit having a human experience, and that the body of the church is basically you guys fighting the flesh in a condensed space in order to hear the Spirit of the Lord so clear that it shoots through the roof. I feel like that gets lost. You know what I mean? You end up hitting on the pretty women in church, and you end up trying to like preach your own gospel at church. You end up thinking, I need to make my own church. You know what I mean? Like,
I was on that a couple times before in this life.
Hey, I've been there too. You know? Where is Babylon but below the presence of the Lord? Right? You know, like, hey, you know. But yeah, if that answers the question, because I don't want to go too long.
Yeah,
you gotta be careful when you're talking about it too. You know?
That's facts. Yeah. You know how
that's my opinion. So,
you can't be wrong for having an opinion, especially not in America.
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, not in America.
My grandpappy built this country. You know what I mean? Like, oh God, like, we gonna change my flag. You know what I mean? Like, oh God.
So, did you finish answering how your painting will look?
I mean, I kind of gave a vague answer. I mean, I guess I could try to be more distinct. I mean, I feel like it has to have words because I want to be a painter. But whenever I start to paint, I'm like, bro, you're just trying to like put too many messages in this, you know? Yeah. So it wouldn't look like a Garden of Earthly Delights. It would look like something like, I believe his name is Jackson Pollock, if you needed to look up someone. I think his name is Jackson Pollock. Because I was thinking about that when you said just vibrant colors. I'm like, okay. I believe that's his name. It's like Jackson Pollock. I don't know, brother. Like, I don't know. I hate to say that, like, I don't know, because if I could do it, I would. Like,
See, I just put together the image in my head. I think I said the words to describe it. I said half crown, half halo on a savvy God, right? So you probably see a man with a half crown and a half halo on his head, but he's standing with like warrior, like warrior satire. And he got like, you probably see sadness in his face, but he's smirking at the same time. He's probably he's looking like inspirational, but you can tell he's dragging a lot type stuff, you know. I think that's how I would. Now, I was describing the colors, but I realized what they were shaped once I really broke them all down.
If I have to answer again, I got you. It would be a black man in his mid-40s. Honestly, he'd be like not bald, but with like a bald fade, like just growing. So like a half inch of hair. It's graying. He's in like a workman's jumpsuit with dirty Timbs, and he's on a hill alone. And just off in the distance is a cave full of papers. And there's nothing else. There's no other colors. There's nothing. So if you need to put like space or like exactly, you know, like so there's nothing. It's a hill with a guy, and in the distance, and both of these things are vibrant. They have to be vibrant enough for the white space to be excused. So they're very distinct. Like you could see the wrinkles in his jumpsuit, you know, but it's obvious that he works very hard, and he's separate from whatever that is off in the distance.
But he's looking, but it has his attention.
Yeah,
it's his draw. It almost keeps him going, because it's like Wale, album about nothing. Like literally, it's just really enjoying the sight. Sometimes it's not as pretty as you would like, but it's still something, and that something helps you keep going. So that's I get it.
Yeah. I had a bar for that, but it was not Wale. But it's okay.
So basically, for me to finish that one and for me to move on, Um, I feel like I put myself in a personalized like mental institute, if that makes sense. Like I really like I trapped myself for a while.
Can I eat candy though?
Go ahead.
Gucci, keep them.
Yeah, I put myself in that for a while, and now I think the person that like the artist that's resident that's here now. I feel like he's free now,
Amen.
and he learned so much, you know. But now, like I said, he just don't care. I got a I got a bar. I was like, B, I'm out the gauntlet. You know, got out of there and disappeared and reappeared when they wonder where the yeah, I ain't.
Nah, brother, do it. I needed to put my phone on do not disturb.
Well, well, you know, I don't know. I already said there, Jesus. I'm trying to avoid the uproar with religion, but
Okay.
yeah, but
Then
I
don't let
don't,
me encourage chaos.
I don't care. I said, be I'm out the gauntlet. Got out of there and disappeared, then reappeared when they wondered where the God went. I pop it on some hot shit. Flames on my sleeves, stones on my jeans, shoes you ain't seen. Yeah,
That's how.
all red. I feel like lightning. You
That's
don't want
how.
to see me flash up, bitch. Get it right there.
I fuck with that.
yeah,
I fuck with that.
yeah, bro. I got
Let's
the
do
rest,
it.
the rest of that verse. You really go like because I was like, yeah, I really, bro. I'm jumping at him. That's that one gonna be borderline rock. Borderline.
Okay, 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 okay.
Okay,
My
but
bad.
question two, bro. Question two is,
My bad.
what is the importance of tone in your life?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Damn, that's deep. Man. Okay. Um, I don't know. Tone is everything. Um, how you come off really is like how you are received and what will be given back.
Yeah.
Um, Tone really gets you everything, or it kind of prohibits you from everything. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, you ever seen somebody who like they really were the bad guy? You know what I mean? And then they have a turnover. You know,
Yeah.
they don't really turn over this week. You know what I mean? But they're just all they did so far was change their tone. So it's like, hey, can I get that? You know what I mean? But the person just calms down. They might still be nudging on you. They might still low key not even know how to keep them hands to themselves, yet, but they've calmed their tone. Hey, can I receive this from you?
Changes
Um,
everything.
yeah, and I feel like that's writing. There's tone in color. There's tone just in everything. So I
I knew
don't
you were
know. I
gonna take
hope
it to.
that's
I
not
knew you
too
were gonna
crazy
take it
though.
to color. I knew you were
Yeah.
gonna take it to color. I knew that.
Well, I didn't
Oh,
want to go from color to melanin, but go
yeah. As soon as I put it,
ahead.
as soon as I put that question, that part right there. That part right there just was like, ding.
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh,
it's a
I feel
philosophy.
like we have a undying respect for tone.
Yeah,
We've
so
had
I'm
like
trying not to
full,
like.
yeah, we've had full conversations about tone, bro. I think not only does tone of voice shape everything, tone of like shoot, it could just be an instrumental, you know.
Yeah,
It could be just a one singular instrument. If it played at the right tone, if it's played at the right level, it can calm you all the way down, turn you all the way up. It can make you anxious. You know, I feel like our
yes,
bodies react to tone more than a lot of things in this world. And that's why, see, they try to, when they teach gentle parenting, they're telling you to, like, I don't know, I feel like the
gentle
expression of
parenting.
gentle parenting is not, it's not broadcasted correctly. because they show it as like, oh, sit down, come on, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like it's like a soft thing
It's
where
a
it's like
fake tone.
gentle. Yeah, gentle doesn't have to be soft. Gentle can be,
Yeah.
you know, it can be like stern at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You ever had an OG like put their hand on your shoulder, like you know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
And it's like you know they mean everything they saying to you. It's not on no like you better listen before but it's like
No,
I
yeah.
need you to hear me.
Yeah.
You know?
He may
So
not even be speaking coherently.
nope. But you knew
Just
what he
listen.
meant though.
Yeah.
You knew what he
Yeah.
meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
And
art. That's
yeah, that's art, bro. It's like
that's
it's
art.
the vibrations, bro. Vibrations wouldn't vibrations can't live without tone, I feel like, and tone can't live without vibration. Because they say even in space there's noise. So tone is everywhere, bro.
We sound like
Tone can
we
make or
created
break a
our own
song.
idol, bro.
Yeah.
But it's really it's a philosophy. It's like tone is like the Tao, but it's more of an aspect of the Tao, if that makes sense. It's an aspect of whatever people are trying to figure out is God in the universe, and like no disrespect to God in the universe, but it's not God in the universe, but it's like his ultimate tool, or like it's like one of the aspects of Hakuna Matata. You know what I mean? Like it's an aspect, it's a
Shoot.
component, and it's
We
proper and
react to
it's
tone
perfect.
before we breathe.
Yes, in everything.
Yeah, before we breathe, bro, we say we'll be in. Babies are in their mother's stomachs right now, listening to music, listening to the vibrations of their mother's voice. That's why you don't want to stress out a mom so much, like you know what I'm saying, while she's pregnant, because it affects the baby. If you
It
make her
does.
upset, she gets to screaming. It's going to affect the child. You know, tone is a beautiful thing, but it can also be dangerous if used wrong.
Yeah, yeah. Seduction.
You know, yeah, manipulation.
In all
They
ways.
hypnotize people with tone.
Money, sex, power.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you next to tell me about the beauty of art, but I feel like we just did that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, by explaining an aspect. Yeah. Yeah.
So like, what's another aspect you would dive into? Something that you've grown to respect since you started writing poetry.
About art or just about poetry?
My art. I
Um,
mean, that's your art.
you're right. What's another aspect? There's something like healthy about it, I guess. I know that sounds so simple, but it keeps me sane. And without the whole, readership and like listeners and all that, someone can be guided to your voice, and you can be guided back to their voice. And I feel like that's beautiful. Um, so the simplicity of art, and that it's not as complicated as it looks when it's a done deal, or um, when it's switching hands. Sometimes even the rough draft of art looks complex, um,
Yeah,
and it'll honestly get like, I don't know, cut in half like a song. Someone feels like they overwrote it, oversang it. Art, they overpaint it. You know what I mean? That's obtuse or oblong. So just that simplicity. If what
I
I
think
said made sense,
what
if
you
I'm
just
ranting.
said. Instead, I was about to jump into that because I think everybody's an artist, but
Yeah.
they're taught
Yeah.
to be so like
Jolt
restricted.
later.
They're restricted
Oh yeah. Yeah.
because what's neat is considered what's great,
Yeah.
whereas neat isn't always perfect. And it's actually been some studies out there that's shown that people who don't write that neat are very intelligent compared to those who do.
Yes.
But they'll like really get on you about your handwriting. history, they would even like smack your hand, or like, they would come by and force you to hold your hand a certain way. It's they did that to you, bro.
Not
Jeez.
them, but my mother.
Your mom, I get that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. I
I don't
felt
know.
like
I got
came
all the.
I felt I came out left-handed, bro. So like I
Oh,
do a lot of
yeah.
stuff really good with my left, but I think schools and to just training certain things, people start teaching me to be right-handed because that's how they were. And I think it actually, because I be stuttering sometimes, I feel like that might play a factor in it. I did a paper on it before and realized that people who were born left-handed and forced to be right actually develop a stutter sometimes. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah. So what I was saying was how everybody's an artist, and how you just were saying that. Dang, what did you say, bro?
Straight.
Jeez, that's tough.
What part?
Right before I had started. Before I had started. Dang, it's all right. It's all right.
No marketing.
No marketing.
That matters, right? I don't know if that matters really.
I mean,
I feel like it matters till it doesn't matter until it does matter.
Speaking of marketing, you should raise that apparel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to my mom. Keep the brand alive. Let's see. Okay, so the next one, this one was question. It's a very simple question, but I feel like it packs a lot of depth to it. Okay. So with nowhere to go, where would you be?
Listen. Okay. Okay. Wait, with nowhere to go, where would you be? Well, you'd be here, right?
Yes.
There isn't anywhere to go, so you're always right here. There is nowhere to go, right? Is that the?
You want me to give the so ideally, yes, that would be the answer. But when I asked this question, the answer that came to me was everywhere.
Technically, yes. That is duality in action. Yes.
Yeah, because my mind has been very focused on not being stagnant, not being stuck. So I believe that's why that answer came to me. Because the initial was like, well, you just be, you know what I'm saying? You'd be where you are, you'd be one with yourself, and like that. But really, if there's nowhere to go, you'd have to be everywhere because this world is big. So that
I have a
is
question when you're done. Go ahead.
ultimately every artist wants their craft to be respected because we respect our craft.
Yeah.
So ultimately, we want to be everywhere. But we can be stuck in the nowhere to go.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
So
in a manner of speaking.
If you don't know,
oh, my bad.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's kind of the there's like a quip, like it's not a joke, but it's not a joke, but it's like every artist is trying to play God. You know what I mean? So, kind of, yeah. Like,
only because we're using tone and people follow it. So basically,
No, I'm just playing. I'm playing. Wait, I had a question though.
Go ahead.
Philosophically, if you were trying to have a breakthrough,
mm-hmm.
Philosophically, what would you have to fix about your tone?
Well, what kind of breakthrough are we speaking here?
It's just an abstract question. So if everything we be talking about with tone, right? But you're looking for a breakthrough, say it could be through a wall, but me and you, if we say something, we're gonna break it back down to this anyways. But sure, we're saying you need a breakthrough. You're just trying to think of what store to go to today.
Yeah.
That's just the wall before you get to that's what this is at. You know? It's like,
Okay.
So it's an obstacle in your way. You need a breakthrough. What
Yeah.
do you fix about your tone?
Well,
But
you
I
have. I
yeah.
feel like you calm the tone, so your brain can breathe. You know,
Okay.
the calmer the tone, the more accessible your thoughts are. The more rage you express, the more you'll have to sit, or the longer you'll have to sit with your obstacle,
I
because
understand.
you can a rage make you run through it. You know, um,
But there's a
rage,
barrier for a reason.
and and when you run through it, you may get to where you wanted to be, but it hurts.
That's
And I,
right. I
you
like
know, I feel like that's something I had to deal with actually in this lifetime. It's because I would utilize everything that was in front of me to be able to get to where I wanted to, right? But like I would utilize everything but my own problem solving skills. So like my problem solving was be like, oh, I want some food. Like you remember like how it was.
yeah.
Like I
Los
want some food.
Carnales and yeah.
Yeah, about to start trying to utilize my finesse
Rodolfo's.
skills. Yeah, like utilize my finesse skills. And when I say finesse, that's not like I'm playing somebody out of anything to get what I
That's the
want.
tone.
I'm exactly. Exactly.
Because I could go
You
up to
know,
you and be like, "Hey man, I'm hungry. I need some food." Or I
and
could
more than
go up
likely
there
they'll
and
probably still do it.
all right. I'm like, now maybe for some people, but I know there's a lot of people out there that would disagree. Now, like God's grace, hey, I feel
Yeah.
like yes, I would get some food, you know.
Yeah.
But I know certain people would be like, man, they ain't giving me no food. They'd ask me, why am I asking for food? Go make some food, without even being mean about it. They would just tell you to go make some food. Like, go make some food. That you hungry? Like, you know. Of course, I guess God's grace on
But
us, we feel like,
we
oh,
have
they
to
gonna give
we
us some.
have to remember times, bro. We have to remember times where that was the tone that was used. Like aggression was
It
used.
was. It was. It
Hold
was.
on.
It was. As I lighten my voice, right? Tone. Right.
My puppies are going crazy right now.
You want to check on it? You can always like cut, right? So
This is
we can.
live. It's on YouTube.
Oh God! All right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, do you still want to check? Because I ain't gonna lie, we both go off panel because I want to bite on my food,
Yeah,
so it don't
go
matter.
ahead. We'll be
Let's
right
do it.
back.
Hey, wait, wait. All right. Wait, hold on. I probably need to mute it so you don't hear me chewing, right? Um,
All right. You're not back yet. You muted everything. Oh, he is right there. What? Who do you know? What? You go over there going in.
Yo, you ever like, yo, wait, real quick. You ever take a thigh? You ever take a thigh, one of the bigger pieces, and you just rip that motherfucking throat on the plate? And then you just fucking it.
Ew.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
That was amazing.
crazy,
Oh.
man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's funny, bro. I don't even remember where we was at, dog. What time we got on that? 47? That's smooth. Smooth. Okay. So we were talking about being everywhere. That's what I remember. And
What?
you
No, I'm
took
just
it
playing.
to you took it to a whole you was like expanding upon it, basically talking about how artists basically are trying to play the role of God, I think. And I said
Sometimes, yeah.
basically almost, but it's only because it's only like I said, it's only because we're using tone and vibrations. And music ain't nothing to play with. You know, as seen, and you haven't seen the movie. You haven't seen it, but Sinners was like, you know, was an example of that, an expression of that. How strong music can be.
I heard about the song at the end because, you know,
Yeah.
no spoiler alert because I haven't seen it, so I can't spoil it. You know,
Man, after this
but the
time,
song plays at the end, right? And then
say one more
it
time.
have like my bad. It has like ancestors and stuff pop up, and it's like in a barn or something like that.
Yeah,
I watch a lot of explainer videos.
it's not a barn. It's they got a little juke spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trying not to ruin this.
No, I don't care that one. That movie been out for months. Shoot, it's out
Oh,
on
okay. Okay. Once I got thwarted in my plans, I just kind of gave up. But I'll watch it. You know?
Yeah, it's on
Everything probably at this point. I think I could get it on Prime probably.
I think it's on Max.
Like rent it. Oh, there's a Max subscription.
Streaming. Yeah. But basically what I was saying is for us to be everywhere, it would have to be something that's respected everywhere. And you like our art.
No, I'm hearing. I'm just thinking of what you're saying.
Like even if your art isn't there, the ringing of it should be. You know, like I feel like a lot of people know about the Mona Lisa. Like, you know, everybody almost knows about the Mona Lisa, but not many people have seen it in person.
Well, okay. Well, real quick, historical philosophical question. Do you think? Oh, something
No, just check.
straight. do you really feel like, and no disrespect to our ancestors or our people, but like some nomadic tribe in the motherland in Africa, do you really feel like they looking at the Mona Lisa like that?
I feel like there's different versions of a Mona Lisa. Now, well, what I'll say to answer that, I know exactly what you're saying. I was about to answer it
Well, I'm not
differently.
even trying to imply
No, I
just
know. I was about to say something differently. So, you said, are they looking for it like that?
no. I
They,
mean, would they look at it the same? Would it be great art to them? Would that be like, oh dang, like wow, okay, I really see the strokes and stuff. Like,
it depends on the class.
cynicism.
It would
Huh?
depend on the class. You know,
Okay,
what
respect.
level. How much they've traveled, how much they've done respect on the art. Because I feel like every country has someone who respects art enough to where they do research on these things, and wherever there's one, there's at least five, Uh, so I believe that is possible. Now in lump sums, not really.
And it's not a it's not a dig. I mean, my perspective is that they probably had something better, but I'm not trying to throw no shade on the Mona Lisa. Even though out of context, my question does sound like I would be throwing shade, but it's not.
Mm,
It's really just if you were just lost, even if you weren't African, if you were just a lost Hispanic man in the desert,
Just
and
look like
someone was
red
like, "Oh, I
hair.
have this Mona Lisa in my house," would they even glance? You know,
Maybe like a Mona
and it's
Lisa.
like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what. But I feel like there are certain projects out there that stop you in your tracks, like you're saying. Regardless, it might be a song, it might be a. I don't know if you can get something that resonates with everyone, though. That was one thing I was going to say in response. I don't know, but something that gets most of us. I don't know, like Michael Jackson, right? Michelangelo was a good answer.
Da Vinci.
Um, yeah, these things. Um,
Yeah,
Everybody liked the airplane because everything is art at the end of the day.
yeah.
So I mean, really, you're just trying to find something that everyone agrees with and likes. I guess.
Do
So
you
a cup.
think the person who invented the car would respect the cars we have today?
Some of them, yeah. Um, I feel like he was probably
Would
just trying to get around. So yeah, sorry to simple. On that one, to me, that's a little simple. I don't know how convoluted his scheme was, to give him some ambiance of credit.
I
I have
think
no idea.
the materials of cars now, I think, would be very questionable. Like, I went and I
That's
seen
yeah.
somebody today, and they were driving a rental car.
Sorry, man. Backseat. Go
They
ahead.
were
Keep going.
able to like gently pressure, and it would move. Like the structure of the car would move. So it was like,
The chassis.
I'm not gonna say what brand it is because who knows? I might get sponsored one day. You know, but it's still like, it's still the fact that cars are out there on the road like that are that unsafe with how
Yeah.
fast people drive. But if I created it, I'd be upset because, like you said, it was just for transportation. Like the car was just for transportation, but they start trying to make it all cute, and detailed, and now you putting
And
people's
mass
life at risk,
produced.
and it almost makes the transportation pointless because ain't no telling if you could reach your destination safely or not. Uh,
That's real.
most, like most of these accidents and all this stuff is happening because of not only structure of car, but uh, give out on material, right? You see people's brakes go out, their front ends are messed up, they all like their axles and stuff. I don't know. I feel like as the
Well, no,
creator, would probably be.
if I may, or was that the wrong time? Were you
Yeah, go
still
ahead,
going?
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I feel like that speaks to, as the artist, you are mimicking God in an abstract sense because he makes things that last for he or she, whatever, makes things that last forever.
Yeah,
So then most of the things we do don't last. So then that's also the artist, I don't know. It's kind of always our quip, which is everyone's quip, which is what's the point? It's kind of like a hint of nihilism within us all. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just wanted to make that point because what you said, like,
something that just hit me is like, I went back to the Mona Lisa part. How you basically said like, would they even respect it as as
and they may. Oh, go ahead.
but I thought about the NFL and I thought about certain players, right? And how I just found out who scored the first touchdown.
Okay.
And I've watched this game my whole life, but he didn't have any flowers over here, so basically, it's like the people who are legends to you are nobodies to some people, or nobody's to others.
Yes.
Yes. It makes you pay attention to the fact that you're trying to be, not you, but like people are trying to be seen by all these people and trying to be respected by all these people, but like everybody isn't going to know you. Everybody isn't going to respect you. It's impossible for everybody to love you because they don't know you all the way. They only know parts of you. So it's impossible for everybody to love you.
If God had a
I feel like every artist needs to get to that point, though. They have to respect the fact that everybody isn't going to love you. I've had situations with my parents with these last couple of songs I recorded. Like they like my more swaggy music, but when I attacked other emotions, they were like, "What is you on, bro?" Like but then I show other people, and they was like, "Oh, yeah, that's cool." Like, yeah. So it's like, okay, it hit my household now, where everybody ain't gonna like what I do, And then there's one that they love, but then there's the other person who's like, even my uncle, he was like, I don't know about it, but like, I'm the creator, so I think it's all fire. I have certain songs where I'll be like, I don't know, I could have did better, but I still like them when they come on. you know, so yeah, I think it's just a realization that most artists need to come to, no matter what art you have. Everybody ain't gonna enjoy what you do. They're not supposed to.
I agree with that.
If they enjoy what you did so much, they'd try to recreate it more times than not. Speaking of that, I was watching Michael Jackson, right? I was watching his dances and everything, and I had to really catch myself because as a kid, looking at Michael Jackson, like, yo, he cold, right? But now as a grown man, I'm looking at him, I'm like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He kind of looked a little goofy on the stage. No disrespect, but I say that because I say he looked goofy on the stage is because there's so many people who mimic him out on these streets, right? So his moves and his greatness kind of turned into a mockery because people laugh at those people a lot of the time, where they be like, "Yo, you trying to be," So when you paying attention to the original thing, sometimes it's like, I don't know.
You've been given bad glasses, yes.
Yeah.
But like, we have conversations in the past about Elvis, and I have my own, opinions on him. So when I do try to dig into his catalog, and I'm trying to look, he's a big performer. So I'm trying to look at that. It's hard to take serious. I grew up in Vegas, so there was Elvis on every other corner. You know what I mean? And there was also Michael Jackson's beginning on that corner. Because he died around the time I left. So like, yeah, I get it. Because if I see some random guy, you ain't nothing but a hound. Back when that dropped, that was like, Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill. You know what I mean? That's like, oh, we know the lyrics. You know what I mean? But like,
I listen to it.
Yeah, but like, no, I don't feel like a hound dog. You know what I mean, or whatever he's saying. Like, I don't feel it. Like, turn that off. That's a little loud. But it's a hard song.
So
like,
okay,
at the same time.
Okay.
But it's just I'm
you
mirroring your understanding with knowledge. With the reference.
Yeah.
What'd you
So,
say?
he ain't nothing but a hound dog, right? But then you got
I
Leon
believe that's
Thomas.
the song. If
Baby,
what I
I'm a
said,
dog, I'm a mutt. It's
the
almost,
homie was singing that at work. Yeah.
it's almost in the same realm of things, just with a different tone, different
What's
approach to
that
the craft.
proverb? There's
Basically saying the same thing. That's a lot of things, though. A lot of us are saying the same things, just in our own way. 'Cause, but that's why, yeah. We'll talk about that off the camera.
we are all. I mean, we are all. We all are. Doesn't matter. It's English, but yeah.
Because you can only use these words so many ways, bro. You can describe something and it sounds cool, right? Then you go and you listen to a song, you're like, it was from like 12 years ago. You're like, dang,
Yes.
basically said the same stuff I said, man. It's like, yeah.
As I've been practicing in my writing, I'm trying to use different perspectives that aren't from my own. So as I do that, and I'm coming back to my own talking to, there's just so many times where I'm writing and it's kind of going along with Charles, and then the next couple lines is not. So then I'm finding myself like every
Yeah.
time I'm talking because I gotta like bring it back. If that makes sense to also add on what you were saying.
So I
That
got
goes with the
this
flow.
one. I got this one song where I was basically I rapped it one way, but then I tried to make a clean version. Like just
Okay.
at home, I tried to make a clean version, and it made me realize there's so many different ways to say the same thing because I changed the whole verse. I tried to say it like all the way different with a different so I rap it a certain way, but then I rap it as a different person, but the same like with the same concept, right? So basically, you could rap it as you could rap it
Okay, I
as a
get that.
cool dude, but then you could rap it as a corporate CEO as well,
Oh yeah.
you know, or you could rap it as a person who wants it, or person like you rapping as a person who wants it, a person who has it, a person who had it. You know, it's just like it's all on the same timeline because that's just how this life goes. So all you gotta do is adjust certain things, and it'll all line up. So basically, what I'm saying is
If
something
you're
I'm
all
gonna
trying
start,
to, oh my bad. Go ahead.
something I'm gonna
Yes.
start thinking is, I mean, you could dive into that, but
No,
like
go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
I'm curious what you was about to say, but so lock it in. Something that I want to work on is basically trying to put at least 2 to 3 versions of the same verse together, but in a different manner.
Okay. Okay. It's like a different programming in your brain.
Yeah. And I think I might be able to find my actual my actual expression through that. Because as I remove the cuss words and expand, you're basically it's basically the onion, you know.
Okay, Shrek.
Yeah, it's a lot of different
It's got
layers.
layers.
Yeah. Yeah,
But keep going.
so or
There's
like
a reason that's a popular movie. Shit.
yeah, or like the China, like the little dolls. You know what I'm saying? When you take it off, there's always one in there.
The Russian dolls. I can't remember the name, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, so Russian doll.
Yep.
uh,
Believe so.
yeah, so but like you just always going to the exact point. So it's like over expressing. You know, I feel music is so it's changed now to where people don't necessarily want to hear the full expression; they just want to feel it. So when you're a lyricist, that's why a lot of lyricists are struggling in this game because they're diving so far into the point rather than getting to the point. You know, but I seen before I seen that
I hear that.
with your craft too, though, because before when you were writing poetry, you was going like all the way in on the point,
Yes.
right? But now you kind of just walking them to it, and that's why it's flowing so smooth for you. You like, yeah, just follow me, bro. Like, don't look because you're not going to see what I see. But if you follow me, then you'll be able to experience it as I am experiencing.
Shakespearean characters. Yeah. I was supposed to fill in there.
No,
I had a question back there too, and I didn't remember it.
Oh, you don't remember it?
But I did have the comment. What I was going to say earlier was just if we're all trying to sing and some of our voices are broken, then the few of us that feel like we have the perfect song have spoken it for us all. Hey, wait, hey, that's truth. Hey.
That's a book. He's spoken it for us. Oh.
But if that makes sense.
No, really, it does though, and that, a part of that almost made me step back from music for real, because I'm sitting here trying to express how I feel, but somebody's already said it before.
I was going through that today,
and I don't know. I think the dramatics of being an artist in terms of that part of where you're using your verbiage is you want to be heard, right?
Yeah.
And that's, but like, so when you're not being heard, it becomes personal for you, even though it's not personal for the other person. They're just not listening, or like just for the outside world, it's not personal to them because it doesn't belong to them. Without diving into another situation, it's basically like if you were to stop, it would only matter to the people around you. But if you were to keep going, it could matter to a broad amount of people.
I agree.
And that's where my not dilemma, but like, where my crossroads meet. Because just because that person expressed it doesn't mean that they expressed it the way that I'll express it. So like their feelings were their feelings and my feelings are mine. And just because they mesh in a sense doesn't mean they'll hit the same audience. And it doesn't mean that they'll even move the audience the way that I move them, So but that's the competitive spirit of this.
I dig that.
Yeah. that makes people uncomfortable.
You said what?
It makes people uncomfortable.
Truth usually does.
The competitive spirit of it.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, bro.
You're good. I'm gonna just charge my phone. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't know how I'm a prophet. Damn, that's gonna work. That's crazy. God is great. Okay.
You at the spot with your mom's, or you at your grandmother's?
My grandmother's.
How is she, man?
She's good. There was a weird coincidence. So, like, the person across her street from her house is dead. He died in the middle of the night. The day we were supposed to be at a memorial that we didn't go to. So then my mother, the person across her street the same day, gets diagnosed with something,
That's why you were supposed to be Cali.
Yeah. So it's a bunch of like, everybody cool, but just keeping a watchful eye. I don't know what that is. Yeah. And then I have something else to say, but I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist at the same time on this, call.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. I should tell
What about you?
Everybody over here. God is gracious.
Right, 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 right. It's like, ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I I don't know. I think everything's good, bro. It's really just adjusting the perspective. You know,
Yes.
as I've gotten older, I've started wanting to be heard more. But I think I've always wanted to be heard. It's just I care now to the point where I'm going to be heard. like like when I was younger, I wouldn't continue talking. I would get quiet. I would go play my game, or I would go throw the football or something like that. Whereas now I don't have my game to play. Getting quiet locks me into my craft, but I work on this all day.
I
So
feel that.
yeah,
Sometimes it's a 9 to 5 on
yeah,
accident, like on accident.
literally, I'll be somewhere, bro. I'll be somewhere, and if I get a slither of time, I'm gonna type something up, like
Completely.
yeah, I was.
I feel like some of the stuff I'm most proud of, I just made out there. You know,
I went to a
just
job. I went
not where I'm
went
supposed to
to
be.
a job, bro. Well, went to trying to get looking for a job, right? And while the lady walked off to go get her manager, I'm typing a verse, like I'm finishing up
Yeah,
a verse.
yeah.
Uh, it's literally think about that Rocky Fresh, and he was like
Hey, okay.
with my headphones on, you know, like yeah.
Yeah.
I always think about that one. So I remember I used to hang out with this used to hang out with this girl, and she used to be upset because every time her and her friends would be doing something that I didn't really care about, headphones on, I'm making music. Like, in a room full of people, because this is just what I enjoy.
Yeah.
Right?
No matter where you plant a wildflower, it's still a wildflower, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But so my question off of number 4, where I asked, like, if nowhere to go, where would you be? When I say everywhere, so I was saying, so when someone deals with the feelings of not having anywhere to go or being stuck, is that a reflection of their own mental prisons?
Mm, damn, sorry, that was probably loud as heck, but sorry. Well, ultimately, yes. Because, I mean, it's kind of like, okay, so it's like that your elder seems annoyed wisdom, specifically like the man. So it's like, Dad, I just feel like I ain't moving in life, man. Like, I need some money. Like, my girl don't fuck with me like that. Like, come on, man. Like, my car broke down today. You know what I mean? Like, I need some. If he looked at you and was like, but the world is moving. You know? But he
Yeah,
would be right because the Earth is still rotating and it's still being affected by the gravitational pull of other planets. So he would be telling you, in some bottled form, in some broken street wisdom, that the only constant is change. So even if you feel stagnant, you're just changing and morphing where you're at, wherever you feel, whether you like it or not. You might be just repeatedly changing into the same thing, but you are still in constant motion, But he just sounds like he's throwing you off. Does that answer your question? No,
it does. And just because every day feels the same doesn't mean you have to approach it the same.
yes, but it is pretty much your mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if one day though, some man goes to a different planet and the planet doesn't move
Yeah.
and it is stationary. Now, if you start breaking it down into scientific laws, but then I don't know, then even poetically, like, doesn't that change the poem? If literally everything around you was still, nothing is growing, but nothing's dead. You know what I mean? Like nothing is moving. Would that not change? Does that not change your song? Yeah, it would. It hopefully would if you're paying attention. So sorry to be so.
That's just an interesting image. It makes me think about the movie Click.
I love that movie. Adam Sandler.
Yeah. I loved it at first too, but it also made me when you watched it. I watched it at a young age. I'm sure you did too. With a very like
I used to be.
Extravagant mind. So it threw me a little similar to the Truman Show. I've only seen the Truman Show once, but like it lives with me. It lives with me, and I want to watch it again now that I'm older. There was also a movie when I was younger. I stayed up. I remember I was watching it like very late, but early in the morning. You get it? And it was like deja vu. It was the girl kept going
I've heard of it.
over again. She was,
but I don't remember what.
I can't remember what movie it was, but she was on a boat. She was dying. Her bodies was all over the place. Her bodies was all over the place. It was really like it threw me off because she had finally got to where she was going, and she had to start all the way over again. And then
I've seen that with Denzel, right?
I don't know what's the name.
Wait, you said deja vu, right?
No, it was a story. It was a movie about deja vu. What is that though? Let me see.
Oh, it's a 2006 movie with Denzel. I've seen it, but now I'm not going to say what I thought because obviously I'm off. But
no,
I've seen this. We used to have this DVD in the crib. Like,
that one at least. I don't know. I might need to watch it and see.
That was Denzel. It's already impeccable. I mean,
I might need to watch it and see. I might have seen it. I think that might.
Who hates Denzel? No, nobody hates Denzel.
Yeah. No Denzel disrespect will ever be tolerated in my presence.
I don't even think you could really hate him. Like, even if he wasn't your taste, you would just be like, oh, no, he's cool.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But I can't imagine you'd be like, oh, he's he's what? Like,
you gotta go out your way to hate Denzel Washington, bro.
Yeah, he's kind of in his like wisdom bag right now too. Like, I saw a part of the interview with A$AP Rocky and Spike Lee, I believe. And it reminded me like when I used to chill with my dad and we were cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just like he like took Rocky's watch. It's like, give me this, man. You don't need this. You got 20 of these. I was like, well, no, that's 20 of those, but it's just positive masculinity, man. It's a vibe. Can't handle it. Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, cool. I just was looking at the comments. I seen Tay was watching.
Hey. Oh, shit. Well, no, that worked out.
Yeah, you almost knocked some.
No, it was a dance. It wasn't making sense. It really was a dance, but that's kind of infamous. But where are we at?
Oh, I got better.
Well, the dance and me knocking it over could be the end, too. Well, I can clean this up if that's the end.
True. I mean, mental prisons are a thing.
Say it one more time.
Mental prisons are a thing.
Mental prisons?
Yeah.
They are. They really are. Hold on. If you're going to talk, you talk for 30 seconds while I...
Yeah, well, get a poem together, brother.
Okay.
I want to post a clip of our poems. So pick one for you to read.
You want me to go on right now?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. All right, hold on. Damn. Okay. Hold on. So I'll just pick one from Victories. I'm writing a new book already.
That's the new book, Victories?
Yeah, I already have one sent to your house. But the book doesn't come out until the 25th of November. But I'm talking like I have some like crazy fan base or something like that. But the book.
You do have a crazy fan base.
This nigga. But hey, one day. But yeah, I'll Well, I don't have to read it right now, right? You give me seconds, or do you want me to just get it and read?
You can start whenever you want to. Just let me know so I can focus.
You straight. Do you already know which one you're about to read?
I have an idea.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out which one.
Is there a vibe we're going for? Like, you know? No.
Nah, bro. This is what expression matches how you feel today.
I was reading a lot of Shakespeare, but I don't want to like stutter it out either, you know. I feel like I have to read either Exordium or When I Find My Love in Chaos.
This has been my longest episode so far, bro, since I started doing it again.
Word. Okay. I've been trying not to go like too far into ranting, but then also like not be too much of a quiet guest. You know what I mean?
It's just how it's how we converse though. I
For the
think
most part.
I think just these episodes will show why we be on the phone for so long, you know? 'Cause, like it's
On
just
my soul.
it's literally we just build upon every topic.
It'd be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. I mean, I can't really pick, so I'll just go with the moment. Whenever you want. Is that no? I do have to read first. Okay. All right. Here. Well, okay. I ask a question first. You want simple or like a regular one?
If an artist was watching this, which one do you think they would ask for?
I've learned not to give a fuck. All right, censor me. Censor me. That's for Charles, not for nothing else. My bad. But yeah. Sorry, it's like a habit. I be in here writing on my own. You know what I mean? But go ahead. I like to make him laugh too. He likes
had
that.
to clarify. That was nice. That was funny.
Nah, it's all comedy too. But yeah. Hey, see for comedy. Go ahead. Wait. If somebody, well, we're all artists, right? So
You said you don't give
yeah.
That's the answer.
Yeah, I'll just read the simple one because it's what I've been trying to rewrite. It was a sonnet, so
Okay.
Okay, shit. First time reading on camera. When I find my love in chaos, with slender tone and stone of stare, I stalk the room to meet your match. With honest bones, both well and rare, my every intent is to attach. You remind me of a winter's warmth, unlike any woman of the Old Testament, more pretty than the pageant girls from up north, who trade their words in for vehemence. When I find my love in chaos, as she finds me, as divine timing and desire save us, dropping cents upon the dollars of our dreams. When I am her John and she my Patmos, will it be the end of my Bible? That makes sense? The other would have been a little more complicated. But
I'm glad you picked a simple one so I could ask you like what's that one mean to you? What's that like?
So like the last two lines. So the last two lines in a sonnet are supposed to like surmise the problem or the issue. So when I find my love in chaos, you know, if I'm John and she's my Patmos, so the prophet, I guess, or the apostle John was one of the people who followed Jesus, right? And long after the story, he gets exiled, and that's where we get the book of Revelations, you know, where the Antichrist and all that. He wrote that seeing visions in a cave on his own. So it's like, if you were where I finally get the vision of God, is that the end of my life and the end of my story? And it's like, well, ironically, it's not, but then the Bible did end. So then it's the duality in it, if that makes sense.
And that's actually that's a deep one. But
That makes sense.
but it's subtle. But it's subtle.
Yes. That's why I like sonnets. You can put a lot in a little. It's up to me. It's but what was yours? Unless you have more questions, it's up to you how you want to do it.
I do have. So, what were you studying when you wrote that, or was that just off pure emotion?
To be honest, I wrote that at work. I just well, yeah, like when it's those ones that you're just like, let me just throw this on the paper real quick. But then it's a sonnet, so I can't just throw a sonnet in my head. I can't free verse a sonnet, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm allowed to kind of pace. The boss and everything where I work, I keep a notebook or he gives me sheets of paper. And when I get bored, other people get complaints that they're on the phone. I'm never on my phone. I just write poems. So I just go back and be like, hey, y'all niggas like this line, just go from there.
Yeah. So that's smooth. Okay. Shout out to the boss for
yes.
Shout out to
made this one day
being on the boss, man. Shout out to the manager.
Oh yeah, audience. Yeah, shout out to audience. Yeah.
All right. Mine is called encapement. All right. I made the word. So something said to heal. Can't tell you what it is, why, or who, but can tell you what I did. 7-day fast. Dropped food, picked up a hunger. Weight left my body. LBs and SECs. Mine's gotten more clearer. I'm resetting by unconsciously guided. I'm resetting by being unconsciously guided by consciousness, letting my path rightfully shape itself. Even quote unquote mistakes are rich. Seems like everything's written. When emotions run high, I'm supposed to feel those feelings. Fear, anger, sadness, every beat of happiness. They all play a role in this spiritual eloquence. So is it wrong to stress or wrong to question it? Is it fear? Is fear just a teacher in the form of a bully? Is sadness really there to help you comprehend fully? I'm learning about happiness, giving in, letting it pull me. We're going uphill, transcending. I'm here securely, holding on with divine lines, chords if you rather. The fear of falling back was dense until I accepted what's sacred, praying over it and with it, embraced it. A word came to me and I refused to change it. Encapement.
Sounds like you're like either coming off the high of your life or you're coming out of madness. And not the high like in like crackhead, but like nirvana.
Yeah.
Like that's hard. I like that.
Thanks, brother. Yeah. Was there any questions or anything?
No, the bars answer themselves. And to be honest, I've been analyzing lines all day. So I've been reading my own and Shakespeare. So as I was listening, that's why I started shaking my head because I was like, okay, I got his flow. Like, I kind of like, I understand. Because at first I was like, okay, they're like short, broken stanzas almost. Or not stanzas, but lines. So then I'm like, why? And it's like, well, I think he's supposed to sound a bit panicked because he's like almost at the beginning of some sort of enlightenment. So it's supposed to be breaking through like shards of light, if that's another like figurative speech for it. So then I'm like, well, he's starting to calm down. It's like, is he, is it one of those situations where like, you start reading something or showing something to somebody and then halfway through you're like, yeah, and then I saw the gold bezel. It's just like go on. But I was like, nah, I think like, if anything, he reads way more than me. So like he knows the tone. So I'm like, okay, it's supposed to be a breakdown. Like it made sense.
Yeah, man. I had wrote that one because during the fast I was experiencing so many different things. I had one day where I came to the realization I was supposed to feel the exact emotions. I had left my phone. Right? I went out to feed the dogs and take care of them, but I had left my phone in a spot. There was one dog that didn't get food. So no matter what, I was gonna cross paths with my phone.
Sounds like the beginning of a children's book. Okay.
Yeah, basically like I'm everywhere I'm supposed to be, and nowhere that I'm not. That's my favorite quote. And it just made me feel like, okay, like it was just when you on a fast, bro, you're high off of like off the vibrations. So everything resonated to me a little bit more. Yeah.
You're fucking clear. There's no like, oh my gosh. There's never a time I feel better than
Day 5 was crazy.
And that sounds like insanity to most people, but like, don't think of fasting as starving. Think of fasting as honoring whatever you love enough to honor yourself, and knowing that whatever you honor that much to start this most likely honors you in the same way. So you putting this effort in is like throwing another reciprocation of love that's just going to keep going back and forth between you and whatever this object of affection is. And like, that's an amazing feeling when most of the time you just feel like, all right, I got to get this done. All right, I got to get this done. You know what I mean? You just feel like you're doing tasks for an unending end.
Like you've been starving yourself. I was like, I'm not starving. I wasn't starving myself. I was freeing myself.
Yes.
And,
I'm trying to get to my next cookie, my next burger, and what if you just stop and you like, damn, I only eat for like an hour out of these different times out of the day. You know, it probably amalgamates to what, 3 or 4. But like, there's 20 other hours in the day.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time, bro.
A lot.
And there's always food in this house. So
everywhere in America, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's not always good food. Sometimes the food is killing you. So then you realize you need to stop eating, and you need some different food. But Lord help us all. Huh?
Most of it's killing.
Yes. Yeah. Just shout out to the niggas who would disagree and be like, I ain't got no food in the kitchen. Like, hey, I was there too. I feel you. You know, like nothing but Taco Bell packets. You know what I mean? I feel that. But,
even the grounds that we grow our fruit on are out of have been contaminated. So it's like, you know, when you think about people tell you about tap water and the issues with it, but we bathe in it, we brush our teeth in, with it. You know, it's like there is no avoiding. There's more so prolonging.
Yeah, mass production is poison because things aren't supposed to be mass produced. You know, not everything is a planet in which you're supposed to be able to find galaxies full of it. Sometimes this is the finite amount of it, and you need to treat it like it's precious. Not everybody gets a little bit of it.
Yeah.
We treated everything more like that.
You know, I'll be honest though, I did start to question things, and I feel like it threw me off. You know, I got people who are supporting me during this weight loss journey, and I ain't gonna lie, I fell off a little bit, but I'm getting back on it tomorrow. Starting a whole new month. I want to be at my ideal weight by my birthday.
Okay.
But like,
but like it's crazy.
No, I do want to be at my ideal weight by my birthday. What I was going to say, sheesh, my brain jumped on me. It's 'cause I ain't got no sleep. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't been sleeping well.
You good? I was trying to maintain a pace. You know, I understood.
Yeah,
you 3 hours ahead.
Threw myself off.
He took some water.
Yeah, so be it.
You good, man?
I can't lock it in right now, bro.
You straight. Do you want to end it there? I mean, we could talk, but you can always cut the rest. Or I don't know what you want to do. It's up to you.
Yeah, man, I don't really care, because what I discovered is the app clips up the video for me. So
okay.
Yeah, so I was before when I had recorded our video, our episode, and I didn't post it like that. It was because I'm like, damn, I don't want to keep clipping up these shits. It was a lot of work, but the app is already, yeah.
Okay, cool.
But that's what I was gonna say. So basically, how I wasn't eating, and during that time, it keep leaving. It keep leaving. Get to see that in real time. That's cool.
Nah, I see that. But yeah, that's good.
Video, man. So be it. Everybody, basically don't get tired of what you're doing. I see. I had to run back to it. Okay. So I started questioning what the point of my fast was, what the point in me being healthy was. But I realized that it was because I don't want to be old and confused. I don't want to be old and hurt.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be healthy as long as possible, because if I'm not, then I won't be living. I'll just be existing. And if there's one thing that this year has shown me, or these past couple of years, is that my elderly, they could have been better in their youth. They could have took better care of themselves, and they were prideful. They were stubborn. They weren't open to actually doing things outside of
What they thought was right.
societal, societal design. And it's very unfortunate because the people who are still here, or the people who are taking care of them, are dealing with the result of that, the result of their action. And we talk about growing as old as possible in this life.
Yes.
And if I'm going to be able to do that, if I'm going to, I still want to be functionable mentally, even if my body don't move as well as it, as it is supposed to.
All my heroes die young, so I get it.
I still want to be able to educate and use my words and everything that I've learned in this life, everything that I learned in this life, or else I'll just be old and in the way. And I don't want to be old and in the
way. Shout out to the peers. Sorry. But yeah. I'm laughing too hard. That means I got to go ahead. Hey yo, okay.
But on the short story, and that wasn't even
that song was like dust in the wind. It's just got the guitar. It's like, that's what that is. That movie American Dream, where the bag's just going in the wind and the guy's recording and he's like, there's deep dust. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyways,
when you just did that, that reminded me of that video we did that we recorded at school, bro, when we was listening to that Playboy Cardi.
Oh, Magnolia. Yeah. It was like, oh no, we back up and the chairs go parallel.
Today was actually the day that we did it.
Word?
It popped up in the memories. In the memories today that you did it. I'm like, hey,
that's like a movie intro or something like that. I would love that. Just a clip of what they really look like. That was really the vibe. This is just cascading colors. A random 2016 vibe.
2017. Damn.
2017. My bad.
That was gracious, man. Thank you to everybody who's watched this episode. Thank you, brother, for hopping on here today. I would like to do this consistently. So, we got to figure out a day that we could do it so we can space out for it. AJ has Mondays. I want to get Donnell back on here. So it's going to be either Fridays, Saturdays with him. And then with Tiff or the ladies in general, I'm trying to figure out their day.
Friday. Well, I was going to say, wait, you have 2 days with Donnell?
It's going to be one of those days because that's how his schedule set up. So it's going to be either Friday or Saturday.
Say Friday is the day of Venus, right? So, but then. Yeah.
But people be going out and be partying and stuff. I know bro don't be on that type of time.
I was going to take Saturdays, so I feel that. But you're good. You're good. I understand.
So Saturdays will work, you think?
To be honest, I'm free most Saturdays. Yeah.
Okay. Well, shoot. Still would be figuring out a
Yeah, I was
time.
gonna say we can still debate all that out.
Okay. But shoot, because I still be having football to watch that day, so I have to be ready for Monday. We probably could do it earlier in the AM if that worked.
Sorry, weirdest thing happening during the phone call. Keep going. Not you, on my side.
I have alarms and stuff.
You good?
What's going on, man?
Well, someone was checking on the door, and like I started even projecting my voice a little bit so they could just hear that I was mid dialogue, and they started like putting their hand underneath the door and stuff. I'm like, it's 9 o'clock in Arizona on a Sunday. Like, what's that deep? You know, it's okay. It's okay. Mental health check. Shout out to AJ. You know what I mean? Anytime someone does that, I'm like, hey, brother used to do that, and I really was messed up sometimes, and he really came through. So, shout out to people who check on me. No shade. No shade.
I need to call it. I am excited. My boy got 50 push-ups to do on the live tomorrow, so tune in, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, he
50
lost
on the
bet.
live. Consecutive?
Huh?
Like if
Yeah.
he stops, he has to restart? Or is it just he just needs to complete 50?
Just need to do him. I ain't gonna do him like that because if he got to restart, we can be waiting forever.
You ain't gotta do him like that though, but I feel that.
I'm just talking stuff. I'm happy because he made it a stipulation. I said, all right, it got to be on camera, like it got to be on video. I ain't saying it had to be on the stream. He was like, we're going to do it on the stream. He was that confident. So,
Okay, bravado.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, yeah, I'm excited for that.
Love to see it. Okay.
True, man. Yeah, man. True, man. Thank you, brother. Like I said, God is gracious. This has been a wonderful episode. I enjoy our, what's called,
It's like a mental getaway.
Yeah.
Because the world is trying to reach its ever-growing hand back in. Yeah. Sorry for the constant lookaways too. It's just like,
no, you smooth, bro. You see, I did it a couple times. Yeah, man. But thank you, everybody who's watched. It's the Snooze Alert podcast. Once again, I am King Savvy. Hope y'all appreciate it. Artist Divine. It was a great first one, and I'll be posting clips all over TikTok at Savvy Did It, on Instagram at the Snooze Alert podcast, and yeah.